if it's a cutscene, then I have a perfect chance to color change my printer. Hell yeah. That's not a cutscene like I thought it was. Damn it. Oh well. That's fine. This won't take me long. I mean, if I just go further, it'll be a cutscene anyway, right? Man, will I find any excuse to info dump about Dark Souls 2? What's this room, huh? Where's my gold? Here's my gold filament. I'm gonna need to restock this one of these days. Maybe I push the button and then something happens. Wow. Pliers. I got a nice set of needle nose pliers earlier today at a garage sale for $1. That will now just be my 3D printer pliers. There we go. Okay, that'll be going for a while now. Back to Xenosaga. Well... Hi. Well, if it isn't the guy with 2 epic hats, how's it going? It's going pretty alrighty, Mythic. Finally figured out how to do some stuff I was trying to figure out how to do in this game. I'm destroying everything. And now I should hopefully be strong enough to see the wing battles through. We shall see. Did that solve a puzzle or something? Operate the elevator? Hell yeah. Love to operate the elevator. You know what else did I've checked this? So it's time for an update. How's my favorite Shuckle doing? That poster has not peeled off, while a lot of my other ones have been. And I've been meaning to remount some of them, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. So, if I show my room here, the Shuckle one is just fine. I mean, you might not be able to see it clearly because the light is literally right in front of it. Oh, I have to literally pick up my camera. Look, he's good. Put my camera back here. But my posters keep on falling off. So, like, you can see there's a gap here where 2 posters have fallen off. My big Ocarina of Time poster that was there has peeled off as well. And then, literally just yesterday's stream, my Smash Bros poster that was here, it was like the middle of a cutscene and I started peeling off. Man. I'm losing my posters here, and I need to get some more poster putty stuff, and, where's the reset button on this? Here it is. I'm forgetting how my own camera works for a second there. So that one has been spared the pain of gravity, I guess. What's been going on? But, or sticky tack, or whatever the heck. Sometimes we call it poster putty here, because it, like, doesn't leave any permanent marks on the wall or back of the poster, ideally. So, I need to get some of that and remount a bunch of my posters, because I've been losing a bunch of my posters. Holy shit! Oh. Wait. What? What? Is this gonna bring me further up, then? Break all the things. Is that enough? Just need to get enough weight off? Operate the elevator. Wait, will it go to different floors depending on the weight or something? Is that what the whole breaking them does? Or something or other here? Maybe. I don't know if this is the tippy top. Hold up, there's putty for that? I honestly have refused to hang up any rare posters because I didn't want to frame them and I've always used thumbtacks. Oh yeah, I don't want to be using tacks for posters. Yeah, I might have a little smidge in the other room. I could grab some. But yeah, it's literally just I mean, you can see a little smidge of a blue one here. Like, where my posters came off. Like, look, you can see exactly where it was mounted. Stuck up. There's blue. Is what we've got. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's gray. I mean, it can come in basically any color. But blue and gray are probably the 2 most standard colors for it to come in. Is the case. But speaking of posters, I was recently at a fan expo. And I don't get that many posters anymore because obvious reasons. But am I just going back down? This is some sort of weird loop. But there was one that I couldn't help myself but get. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I just have it in the other room. Let me show you my cool poster right now. got 2 things at Fan Expo while I was there. One was, I need to wear this for the first time at some point. I got a Fallout shirt because it cracked me up a little bit here. Wow. My camera tracking works there. So, that's my shirt that I got. I'll wear it one of these days soon. Wow, my poster that I'll just drop. Nowadays, I only get a poster if it really stands out to me, and I think it's really awesome because I don't have space for that many. I found this one, and I thought that that was really friggin' cool, so I couldn't help myself but get that. So this is my new addition that could potentially go somewhere in here in a place that something peeled off. I don't know. Yeah. Don't get too many posters. It better be friggin' amazing to get a poster nowadays. And that one I thought was pretty amazing. I need my headphones again. Cool Metroid poster, and is the shirt a tease for future content? I don't know, man. I love Fallout New Vegas, and I've only played like half of Fallout 4. Part of me was debating about, this has got to be some sort of puzzle that I'm not understanding here. Is what this has got to be. Like, I say that I 100% did Fallout New Vegas in high school. I don't think that it's a true 100%, but I 100% did the main important stuff of Fallout New Vegas in high school. I love Fallout New Vegas. I think it is a fantastic game. And there have been times that I have honestly wanted to play it on this channel here, but I haven't because I knew that it would take me like 3,000 years. Not because it's an inherently 3,000 year game, but because of how much I love it, I know that I'm gonna play it for the next freaking 3,000 years. I'm gonna want to do all the shit, because that's how I play Fallout New Vegas. I want to do all the shit. Whoa. Okay, it's not some puzzle. I was literally just taking a shoot down every time. Oh, I'm not getting 6 AP every time. It doesn't stack. Lame. Unfortunate. I've never played Fallout 3. I tried to after I love New Vegas, but I never got it working on my computer. So I've never actually played Fallout 3 before, no. Oh my god. Well, I guess I'm not too OP if that didn't one-shot. Pew. Anyway. There's been a small part of me that's been thinking about starting Fallout New Vegas in the near future. But for one, I don't know if I have the time. I could make the time. I guess if I'm playing casually here, I can have Shion in the front. And just move her to that back position when we're in a boss battle or something. Is what I can do. Because Season 2 of the Fallout show comes out this December, I think. Comes out in just a couple months. And, it seems like the new season is going to be... Sure, just do this. I don't know. It seems like Season 2 is going to be very heavily based on Fallout New Vegas, from what I can tell from the trailers and, you know, the hints at the end of Season 1 of the Fallout show. And that gets me really hyped for Fallout Season 2, because, again, I love New Vegas, you know? New Vegas rocks. Let's show this thing now, since I unlocked that as a new thing. So... part of me was debating about playing New Vegas in the near future because the TV show version of rough translation of the events of the plot is coming out soon. At least the part of the show where New Vegas is very important. So, if there's any time to play it, it'd be now. But like, do I realistically have the time? It could also be one of those games where I just like start out doing the important story content and I dip back and do side stuff and DLC whenever I feel like doing it. No rush. Dang it, I keep forgetting I have to press it twice. Here, just do that. Why not? Why ever not? Here. I think... Did I ever give you the single heal? Wait, Momo's in my party now. Wait a second. But you wouldn't have Ether the same way the others would. Yeah. Oh, I can transfer it to somebody here. I hate how it... Wait, does it? Oh my god. This entire time I thought it only showed people actively in the party. I was putting people in the party on my own time between sessions, so I could transfer skills to them. And... I friggin' couldn't. I don't have to do this right now, but hey. Another use for Ziggy in the back. And now that you're actually here, I can just go ahead and, like, actually just use Life Shot. Boop. Boop. There we go. You know, you don't currently have a game on the schedule for January. I mean, that schedule shows new releases. Technically, I do, if you count that, like, the tradition around here is, starring the next Assassin's Creed game on January 1st of each new year, so I was planning on starring Assassin's Creed Mirage January 1st. And after I do Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus at Hallowland, using this exact same layout, actually. Boop, look, Dirge of Cerberus layout. Using this exact same layout in a couple of weeks at Hallowland. Once I get that done, then the original Final Fantasy VII games that I want to play are done, and I can start playing the remake games. And Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out on the Switch 2, like, January 22nd, something like that? So I was thinking that once I have a little bit of breathing room to start something new, I might just start Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then it's ongoing while it comes out on the Switch 2 anyway, and, you know, maybe people want to check it out, because they're like, oh, is this game worth picking up on the Switch 2, or something or other, with a stupid game keycard? I don't know. So, 2 for sure upcoming ones at some point would be Assassin's Creed Mirage January 1st, and freaking Final Fantasy VII Remake, I don't know. When I have some breathing room, maybe sometime in like December or January, I'd probably pick it up and start doing stuff there. I don't know. So, you know, the upcoming new releases there can be a little deceiving when I use that channel a whole lot just to keep track of like new releases myself and make sure I'm on top of like picking up the games I mean to pick up. But yeah, in terms of other games I am planning on playing that aren't new releases, there's those 2. I would not play it on the Switch 2. I don't think I would either. If I didn't already own it and I needed to like purchase it, I don't think I would buy it on the Switch 2. It's a friggin' game key card. And apparently one of the people behind the game had said, like, the reason for that is that, like, standard Nintendo cards don't load fast enough for these games or something or other, so it is essentially digital only. So, either digital or game key card, which is essentially digital as well. Boop, boop, sure, I don't know. I could have just done, like, my big thing that's super powered up. But oh well, we're doing this. But yeah, like, either Nintendo needs to make some better cartridges for their third parties, or third parties have to be like, alright, if you get the physical version, the game will load slower. Or find, like, if that breaks the game in some way, then find a way to configure the game to work for the console. That's the way that it used to be when you ported games to other consoles, as you would find a way to make it work on that console, not be like, oh, it only works if it's digital. It doesn't actually load the way that we need it to. Like, what? Like, then figure it out if you're bringing it to the console. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I wouldn't buy it. I'll play it on my PS5, is what I'll do. But yeah. So I'm not entirely sure what that meant by longer loading, like if it is just longer loading screens, or if it does fundamentally break the game in some way. But if it really is just, it doesn't load as fast as it's supposed to, and the loading screens are longer, then it's like, so what? You could mark it being like, hey, the physical version is not going to load as fast as on, like, say a PS5 or something like that. I mean, wouldn't people also just assume that if you buy the Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake instead of, like, the PS4 or PS5 version? One would assume that it's not going to load as fast on the gaming tablet. Like, wouldn't that be common sense? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the not loading fast enough does mean that it breaks the game in some way. I don't know. If Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition can't run seamlessly, no way that can. Yeah, I guess not there. Well, boop, boop, I guess. I played Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition on Switch and it ran fine. Lag on every encounter for you. Maybe it varies from person to person. Maybe that's day one Switch shenanigans, like I dealt with my day one Switch. Yeah, that's gonna be going for a while before I need to change colors. I thought a side of it messed up for a second there, but nope. Looks good. Scrap iron. Either of these go in? What the hell? There's something I'm missing here? Hmm? What's the point of this corridor? But anyway, still, I think that there's probably going to be a few more eyes on Final Fantasy VII Remake, what with it coming to the Switch 2. This isn't interactable, is it? Nope. So I figure, may as well do it sometime then. I was already planning on doing 7 Remake and 7 Rebirth during next year anyway. So if I end up doing it a little bit earlier, then hey, that's fine. For one, first floor, I gotcha. Yeah, that does drop me all the way down. But like, do I need to go? I probably need to go to a specific floor. That's probably a puzzle about how much weight. But I don't really want to dick around with going to every single floor and figuring out the exact amount of boxes I need on it to go to every single floor until I happen to find the right one to progress, which is why I'm going to YouTube. Xenosaga 1 Long Play Part 3. Let's see here. Let's have a look at the thingy-majig here. Last time we tuned into the... We were at this point, question marks? What was going on here? You can be anything. Thanks, YouTube. Amazing video recommendations today. Where are we at? What? Okay, this is the Gnosis attack. Did I go back earlier in the video at some point? Because I thought that I referred to this to, like, find the people that I had to save. What is this? No, I saw that at the end of last stream. And I saw that a smidge during episode 10 of the anime that I watched the other day. Speaking of episode 10 of the anime, they finally killed Virgil. So, they killed Virgil early on in the game version with Cosmos, like, blasting him in the back. And in the anime version, they kept him alive, and he was kind of the stand-in for Cherenkov, because he's not really present in the anime version. Except he doesn't do anything that Cherenkov does in the story, so he's not really a stand-in, but he's a companion character instead of Cherenkov in the anime version. And it's during the Gnosis attack on the Kukai Foundation, where in the anime version, he gets a little bit of character development by saving Momo, and then Shion is like, what? But Virgil, you and Realians? And he's like, well, I wasn't always like that. And then he goes off to fight Gnosis and save the two of them. And then Cosmos freaking blasts him and then he dies. That's how he goes out in the anime. Anyway. Okay, here. Okay, too far ahead. So they go to floor 6, it looks like. Is that the way to go, maybe? Maybe. They got the friggin' swimsuit Shion there. But yeah, as in every time you encounter Digimon, it paused for a second. Nintendo is trying to edge out physical media while using literally the same physical cartridges as Switch 1, but with incompatible code. Is great for backwards compatibility. It is horrendous in an area where the biggest advancement in computer technology over the last 5 years is cheap mainstream SSDs. Well, Nintendo is Nintendo here. You know. Oh, they go outside some way. But that was on floor 6, right? Let us say, was the video paused or something? Come on! Oh. Just long loading through there. That was on floor 6, though, right? Hold on a hot second here. That's not... This is floor 7. There's not some way out here that I missed on this floor, is there? Doesn't look alike. And I just kind of want to confirm with the video really quickly that this is the way to go. And they're not just going to, like, some red doors that I don't care about. Because they might be. In which case, I don't need to go there. They do a thing, and then... Okay, that's probably important. Okay, how do they get to floor 6? Did they break a specific number of boxes? Something or other here? Yeah, the super big blast attack. So, yeah, that's how they get up to floor 6. So they break those ones? Let me move this to my other tab so I can look at this while I'm breaking boxes. Man. Another one of those video game moments where it's like, how the hell would you figure this out without just brute forcing it until you get it? Not my favorite approach to puzzle solving. If the game had told me it's floor 6, figure it out. Then it would at least be a puzzle of how many boxes do I need to break to get to floor 6. Blast. And blast. I keep on... You can see my mouse cursor now. I keep on thinking this is my mouse cursor, and then I need to move my mouse off the screen because it's there. When that is not the case. Not at all. Maybe it'd be different with digital there? I'm sure it'd be some factor at least. It should be slower for cartridges if data is being, like, pulled from a cartridge rather than a... Would it be console memory, or would it be a SD card? Or micro SD card that's plugged into the Switch? I would imagine that, like, the micro SD card is maybe a little faster than the cartridge. It might depend on the micro SD card, I don't know. But either way, it is a separate storage media, technically. So it really is dependent on how good Nintendo's own cartridges are. Which are probably not great. I'm out of here, see ya. Do own the game physically as well. Picked it up a couple of years after playing it digitally. When I found it at a used game store. So I could do some theory testing. Properly test. Which ends up being slower. So this way? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, man. All the sniffles, all the coughs. I started getting sick last week Wednesday. It is Sunday now. And while I don't think I consider myself properly sick anymore, I was properly sick for about 3 days there. Now my main cold is gone, but I still have this cough and sniffle, and I wish it'd go away. Because it sucks. But yeah, anyway. In terms of potentially Fallout New Vegas, I don't know if I necessarily have space, is the thing. I'm really not entirely sure. I mean, what have we got going on here? Here, let's have a... We'll wait for this to finish playing out there. I need to do, like, 2 more, I presume. So maybe that's on 2 more floors. 2 more different things. So what we've got going on here right now... The current game schedule looks really cramped, especially now that I'm working full-time and wouldn't have that much time for streaming stuff compared to before. But, realistically, I just beat this last night, the main game. There's still, like, DLC and stuff to do, so it's not like this is over yet. But I'm very happy that after over 9 months, that game's finally beaten. This came out a few days ago. This will take me a while. And, you know, the DLC of this will be on and off. This game... I'm pretty sure it's this, the stuff with the Song of Nephilim, and then, like, a final dungeon after that, and then, like, and then we're done. So we're at, like, the tail end of Xenosaga here. And Bloodborne, I'm literally just cleaning up, like, the last handful of bosses that I need to clean up before Hallowland here. So it's, like, last little bit of cleanup before Hallowland, last little bit of cleanup before Hallowland. Not that much left of this. I might even beat this before Hallowland. This is, like, the only thing that's currently ongoing that, like, still has some meat to it. How long do you have until you can be free of the yearly Assassin's Creed game? Once Valhalla is done, there's 2 more games. There's Mirage that came out in 2023, I want to say? And there's Shadows that came out this year. So there's 2 games left. So, I could do Mirage January 1st of next year. And then if I started Shadows, like, during the summer, it's not like I would need to rush to the end of Shadows before January 1st of the next year. Because there's no game after Shadows. So, that could be the end of it right there. Like, doing that from Mirage to Shadows, and then maybe Shadows trails into the following year. But, again, it's not like it's cutting off another game that I would have started on January 1st. Or, I can just do Mirage next year, and then Shadows the year after that. And then who knows, maybe 2027 or something like that is when the next Assassin's Creed game would release. I don't know. If the AC games keep getting filled with bloat, you'll still be streaming Mirage after you start the Shadows playthrough. From what I've heard, Shadows sounds like it's another Odyssey/Valhalla level 1 where it just goes on forever. But Mirage is actually a return to form Assassin's Creed game that is apparently pretty short here. How long to beat Assassin's Creed Mirage? So it's more of like one of the older Assassin's Creed games length. And apparently this game doesn't have like any chonky DLC. I think it has some free updates, but it doesn't really have DLC. Main story is 16 hours. Compare that to like Valhalla or Shadows that goes on forever. And I think the reason why this is so short is because this game was originally planned to be DLC for Valhalla, but during production they were like, you know what, we've been releasing so much content for Valhalla, let's just make this a standalone game. Be able to sell it as a standalone game. So they stole it as a standalone game, and it's a lot shorter than the other ones. So Shadows would be another super long one. This is not particularly long. Yeah, no DLC things down here. So, Mirage should be not too half bad. But anyway, that's what's going on right now. A little bit of cleanup. A handful of streams left. here. I can't stay up too late. I have work tomorrow, but I'll go for a few hours here, and this is like, this will take me a little while. But there's really only one game currently on the queue that'll take me a little while. This will probably take me a little while when that comes out. And then this, I might just do on Halloween. This might be this year's Halloween game. Usually, there's someone else in the household here handing out Halloween candy. Everyone else is going to be away this year. I'm going to hand out Halloween candy, which means I don't have as much time for a Halloween stream. So may as well do something shorter than, like, one of the Walking Dead Telltale games. And this comes out at, like, a perfect time. So maybe I'll just do this for Halloween this year. And then that's not, like, a playthrough that I need to wedge into the schedule. November, this comes out. How long was my Age of Calamity playthrough, I wonder? It wouldn't take anywhere near as long as like my Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom playthroughs. So this probably wouldn't be too long. This would be something where it's like maybe 2 to 3 streams and then I continue to play it at LAN events. I don't think it would have a campaign, so that might not be super long. I probably won't get this game because of the whole game keycard bullshit. So, and me kind of falling out of love with HD2D stuff lately. I'm keeping an eye on it, and I have it on the schedule to keep an eye on it. This I'll be going ham on when this comes out. But Metroid Prime games are not too particularly long. Like, this won't take me super long. I don't know. Maybe I have time to wedge in Fallout New Vegas if I'm feeling really spicy. I don't know. It really depends on, like, how much into November Ghost of Yote and Pokemon Legends ZA takes me. But I'm thinking that Xenosaga, like, either I'll beat it before HoloLand if I have the time, or maybe it'll be after. But I think no matter what, I'm probably going to end up beating this game this month. During this spooky month of October. But yeah. Let's pause and figure out where I'm going. But yeah. Let's see here. Forgot that PvZ comes out soon. And we'll see if it actually justifies the price or if it's just EA looking to make more money. Also, think about EA. They got sold to a Saudi Arabian investment firm recently. How much more Valhalla content do you have? Your playlist has 189 episodes in it. I'm sure that's not caught up with the streams. Caught up with the streams is 195 as of last night. I just cut it up. I haven't made like any thumbnails or descriptions. That's what I was initially going to do tonight instead of streaming before I realized, oh shit, I got to 3D print that trophy. I have time to stream tonight. Let's stream instead. So right now it goes up to 195. What I have left of Valhalla is I have 2 more main DLCs. The Siege of Paris DLC, which I'll be doing at HoloLand coming up here. And then Dawn of Ragnarok DLC. And apparently that one's a little bit longer. According to how long to beat, if I recall, Siege of Paris is like 8 hours long and Dawn of Ragnarok is like 12 hours long. So those are the 2 main things I have left is Siege of Paris and Dawn of Ragnarok. I have a crossover story to do with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which apparently is like 2 hours long. I have a roguelike mode that they added in a free update to showcase that I'll just, I don't know, do for like 2 hours in one stream, something like that. I thought there was one more small thing outside of the last chapter. Oh, there's mastery challenges, which was another free update where it's like, here's all these puzzles or mastery challenges, whatever the heck they are, around the world. I'm not going to do them all, but I'll at least showcase what they are. So there's one little smidge of a thing to do with mastery challenges. And then there's a final chapter that they added in a free update after the fact, which is apparently only like an hour long, and it's like the end of Eivor's story. So I have 2 big things, 2 big DLCs, Siege of Paris, Dawn of Ragnarok, and a bunch of little things. Crossover with Odyssey, roguelike mode, the mastery challenges, and then the final chapter. So 2 big things and 4 small things is what I have left of Valhalla. So I do still have a bit left to that game, technically. There's probably a good 25-ish hours, something like that, left to that game, if I had to guess. 25, 30 hours, maybe. Depends on how fast I get through things. God. Anyway, where's that long play? Oh, I had it open on this tab here. Did they just go to, like, different levels to, do all the things? Somebody forgot to tell AC Valhalla that's non-MMO, right? Yeah. Yeah. AC Valhalla has already set the new record on my channel for the most streams that I've done for a single playthrough. The other longest ones would have been Assassin's Creed Odyssey at 32 streams. Valhalla is currently at 33. And I think after that would be Persona 5 Royal at 28 streams it took me. Like, for reference, with Xenosaga, we're on stream 6 of this right now, just to judge for, like, comparison. Though I do have a lot more hours in Odyssey than I do in Valhalla. I did a lot more shorter streams and a lot fewer longer streams of Odyssey. So, you know, me having a record-setting amount of streams with Valhalla doesn't necessarily mean it was a longer game than Odyssey, just that there's been more individual streams. Hello, yes, Shock Trooper. Hope you were doing better than me being all sick today. So, did they just go to, like, different floors? Or something like that here? They get a bunch of stuff, a bunch of tech points. My tea's getting cold. Yeah, I'm feeling better, bit by bit. I'm feeling especially a lot better than, like, the days that I was feeling really under the weather. But I still have this cough. And occasional sniffles. But I have my energy back. Like, I'm good enough to go back into work tomorrow. I'm no longer going to be, sick at home. Person has either played this game before or is referring to a guide. Just... What? I'm going to assume that you're not going to a red door or anything, and that just is the way forward, probably. Let's just cross my fingers that if you wanted to go to a red door, you would have done that first. I don't know. I use goodbye, but I'm pretty sure I unequipped that and put on other skills. That would help me more in, like, boss battles and stuff. Okay, get me out of here. Get me on out of here. So yeah, Valhalla is really friggin' long.